Saul of Tarsus on the road to Damascus, who persecuted and killed scores of Christians and innocents, tortured them. Legal Tips at Infowars.com. That's the best one just for this case. Legal Tips at Infowars.com. Send them that. It's even better than Rob D. Rob D. and Infowars. Legal Tips at Infowars.com. It's not even legal tips. I remember all these groups and foundations and organizations, and I printed off 5 or 6 of them last night. You call, and it's a secretary, and they go, yeah, we've got the head of the homeschool legal defense group, but he's on the Hill lobbying at the Texas legislature. Yeah, we know who you are. We'll try to get back with you and have him on today. But we got to move quick on this because I haven't told you the story yet, ladies and gentlemen. I hate having to talk to the CPS snakes on the phone, too. They are just such buckets of weakness and buckets of trash. They are just pets of evil. Weak-minded scum that lie to themselves about what they're involved in. You don't follow the Bill of Rights and Constitution and due process. It's better 10 guilty men go free than 1 innocent go to jail. And you people operate under the 1920s set-up eugenics courts. They're not even real. I've had it with you. And I'll tell you this, when the dam collapses on you, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And already everywhere, despite all their PR and all their multi-billion-dollar propaganda campaigns with the feds and the states and the local adoption agency and the kidnapping rings and all their stories demonizing families on the news, the worm's turning and everybody hates your guts, except a few weak-minded, pot-bellied socialist teachers and nurses. And then your pedophile guilds. Because all the time, good cops are busting the CPS directors and the truancy officers and the Homeland Security local directors running pedophile operations. You see it in the news every day. We're going to catch every one of you, and you're going to be brought to justice. And when we take this country back, it's going to be seen to. It's going to be seen to that you're brought to justice. And when it comes out, and there's eyewitnesses that you abuse children, and when it comes out that you're pot-bellied pedophiles, there's a death penalty for that. You're going to get your full jury. You're going to get a full trial. And you're going to pray for prison. And I know you're listening. And I'm telling you, I'm focused on you. And more people, we are firing up our wills. We're firing up our fury. We're finding our souls. We're finding our strengths. We're finding those big forges in our hearts. And we're pouring out that steel into the molds and forging swords of truth. And we are going to bring you down. What's the Thomas Jefferson quote? I swear on the altar of Almighty God. I swear on the altar. I forget the exact Thomas Jefferson quote. Hey, let me search it right now. It's too important. I swear on the altar of God. Thomas Jefferson. I swear on the altar. That should get it. Trying to find it here. Yes, here it is. I swear upon the altar of God, eternal hostility to every form of tyranny over the mind of men. And it's mental. It's spiritual. It's in the mind. It's a spell. It's a program. It's a cowing. It's teaching us to lay down and take it. No, I'm going to stand up. I'm not going to cower. I swear upon the altar of God, eternal hostility to every form of tyranny over the mind of men. I swear upon the altar of God, eternal hostility to every form of tyranny over the mind of men. There's another Jefferson quote. My God, how little do my countrymen know what precious blessings they are in possession of, and which no other people on earth enjoy. Absolutely. Let me tell you what I value. There are people that will kill to be a movie star, or kill to be liked in their church, or kill for some type of petty peacock worship. And I look at movie stars on the red carpet and how they preen and suck it in and get off on it. I'm almost ashamed when I march up in front of a crowd of 1,000 people to give a speech. At that little part of me that enjoys it, and I always shift back into defense of humanity and then get up there to give the speech. I don't want to give the speech, and then I know the few movie stars I do know that are really classy, they can't stand the spotlight. We've had those discussions. But I do want the spotlight so that I can have my name at the top of the list, like John Hancock, to declare to this scum that I will never submit to their tyranny, and I'll never submit to their mind tricks. It's like they told the London Guardian reporter when he was at the police station and saw the guys that had been following him and harassing him, and the cops were denying it. And he said, there they are right there. And the head police chief, the state police guy, said, no, you don't see them there. They play that, there's no North American Union. There's no European Union. They play those mind games. Well, your spell is broken on me, and I'm not even going to argue with you. We know you're a bunch of sicko scum. You're pirates, you're mercenaries, you're pedophiles. You all got your evil you're into. And you've given yourselves completely over to it. Now, some of you haven't. And if you got the hair standing up on the back of your neck right now, and you got tears in the corners of your eyes, and you feel something that's painful but also good at the same time, that's your soul walking out the door that you got 1 second to reach over and grab. But you're being touched right now by truth and love and honor. And if you turn your back on it, that's the ultimate sin. Don't turn your back on this opportunity to be like Saul of Tarsus and to be hit by that spirit of goodness and honor, and to be knocked off your horse and to stand up as a new man and woman. I don't want you to fall to the designs of the New World Order. I don't want you people to serve evil. I want you to stop making excuses about what you're part of. And then I look at those that have joined evil and hardened their hearts. They're not even human anymore, folks. They are habitations of wickedness. They are vessels and gates, windows into hell. And to them I pledge eternal, complete resistance to them. Dump your fear today. Stop caring what your neighbors think. Stop approaching people from a cowardly, apologetic position. We are champions. We are leaders. We were forged in our mother's wombs for our destiny to be builders and creators and lovers of honor and goodness and innocence. Not lovers of death. Now, I know we've got a lot of callers, and this. I just want you to know that I had a stack of news yesterday. In fact, I gave it to Hooge and asked him to dig through it. Did you find those articles about 7-year-olds recruited to spy on their neighbors and parents? You guys Google it for me. I don't know. I was looking in the stack right from there. I couldn't find that in some other articles. Every day, the point is I have these where they tell them that first they set up an environmental corps in the U.S. and England and Canada, Australia. They all do the same thing. And they tell us, oh, we're going to help the environment. And then, by the way, we want you to look in your neighbor's trash and make sure they're recycling right. And even if it's not a law in your area, go knock on their door and tell them. That sets the precedent of the boldness to go knock on somebody's door, children, and tell them what to do and tell your parents what to do. And then now, as I told you, they've launched this about 3 years ago, the climate cops and the rest of it. Their uniforms are the same as AmeriCorps. Red jackets with black trim and khaki pants, white shirts. I told you that's the global uniform for one group, and then others are gray, others wear blue, different paramilitary. This is happening. And they have them, and they go, by the way, we want you to tell us if your neighbors have got guns, do your neighbors have too nice of things, down to 7-year-olds. Yeah, here it is. Council admits spying on families. No, that's one from 2008. Now, this was yesterday. There's a couple articles in the U.S. and England. It was 7-year-olds recruited to spy on neighbors. That'll pull it up. It doesn't matter. Everybody knows about it. It's all over the news. It makes me sick. I mean, this is open, hardcore tyranny. I got to make myself eat something during the break. My stomach's killing me, but I'm not hungry. And you know why I'm not hungry, because my body's in war mode, ladies and gentlemen. In 10,000 BC, I'd know what to do right now. But we're not in that world.